Welcome back to Reds Franchise. It is opening day 2025. And that's significant because we have made significant improvements. We are currently the 8th ranked team based on overall, 9th contact, 3rd in power, 9th in pitching, 7th in speed. So top 10 across the board except defense. Defensively, we are not good. And that is a little bit unfortunate. And we do have, some decent talent. Like Matt McClain, we're hoping develops defensively. He's already pretty good. Ellie De La Cruz, kind of in a similar range. Matt McClain a little bit better defensively. Jonathan India is no good defensively. Real bad. Jock Peterson's real bad. Hunter Renfroe's solid. Probably better in real life than he is in the game. One of the best arms, of course. He's an assist machine. Call him John Stockton. Except for off the field. Hopefully they're a little different. Tyler O'Neill. Pretty good defensively. Not amazing, but an upgrade. And then Jake Fraley's not great. Behind the plate, Tyler Stevenson, I believe, is pretty good. Not amazing. And then guys like Jesse Winker are atrocious. I mean, Jock, Jonathan India, and even Jake Fraley, we could all really upgrade. Got some decent backups who are good defensively, like Spencer Steer, that I don't anticipate that he's going to play every day. And then we have some of our top prospects waiting to come up, like Joaquin Arnold, who is at Double-A. Sent him to Double-A. He's not ready for prime time. He's 18 years old. He's not going to debut with the team. I saw some comments. I appreciate the opinions. I feel like for the most part, we were kind of on the same page with Joaquin Arnold. Alexi Vina, who I actually do not see on the depth chart because Will Benson's with the Major League team. Alexi Vina is not. I wish it would show us in the depth chart. If we jump up to the future in 2026, there he is in left field. And these are projected overalls at that point. Alexi Vina is currently a 78 overall. He's starting at AAA. He's only 19 years old. I want to develop him a little bit more. The contact is good. I think he's going to end up being a monster player for us. Just not yet. Christian Encarnacion Strand is starting down. Cam Collier. Both are at AAA. And Cam Collier is only 20 years old. Edwin Arroyo could end up being a second baseman type player in the future. And Joaquin Arnold, they expect to be up next year and starting at first base. Yandy Diaz probably won't be on the team. They expect him to be an 83 overall. So he's not very good defensively. Edwin Arroyo is, but I don't think he's going to start for us. So I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Let's see what the team looks like in 2029. They've boosted the overalls on everyone except for like Alexi Vina, and that's because he only has B potential. I guess they expect him to stay at an 81 overall forever. If he plays well, that's going to go up. Joaquin Arnold at a 98, Edwin Arroyo 89, Noelvi Marte 91, Cam Collier 91, Ellie 99. Could be very interesting. We'll see how these players end up developing. This is just projection. None of this is necessarily true. So we'll see what happens. But these are going to be our main lineups. Against right-handers, we're going to go Matt McClain at shortstop, Tyler Stevenson, Jock Peterson, Hunter Renfroe, Jake Fraley, Tyler O'Neill, Ellie De La Cruz, Jesse Winker at DH, and Jonathan India, 1 through 9 against right-handers, as I mentioned. Against lefties, Yandy Diaz is going to lead off. We're going to go with the platoon-type method. I understand we have 5 lefties on the bench. Some of them hit lefties better in the case of Jesse Winker, so I'm really not too concerned with it. Things will change over the season. Injuries happen, and most of those guys are outfielders. Again, things will change. Vosler has some more positional flexibility, but these are our guys. Yandy Diaz in left, that's not great, but it's the only way we can get this lineup together that features Matt McClain, Tyler Stevenson, Hunter Renfroe in right, Tyler O'Neill in center batting 5th, Jonathan India DHing, and then Jock Peterson at first, Ellie at short, and Spencer Steer at third. I want Ellie to move up in the order at some point. Fact of the matter is he just has to hit better before I move him up. And he won Rookie of the Year last year in 2024. I'm super excited about his potential. But at the same time, we got to see him take a step up before he earns an improvement. And you can see some of these awards. And that's a pretty good group. Fernando Tatis Jr. winning Rookie of the Year in 2023. The reason for that is we had to create him, as I've mentioned many times before, because he was not in the game at launch because he was suspended. And you look at him here, he's a 99 overall. He's just unbelievable. And honestly, he's not rated highly enough because he's one of the best defenders in baseball right now in right field. And his fielding and reaction is terrible in the game. So you know what? I'm going to make him even better, and I'm going to give him a boost. When you look at his StatCast page right now, Advanced Analytics, his outfielder jump is 85th percentile. So we'll put that in the low 80s. We could just make it 85. His arm strength is 99th percentile. Could even give that a boost, but we're going to leave it about where it is. And his outs above average, which is basically overall fielding, and it's kind of a reaction-based metric, is 95th percentile. So he's one of the best defensive right fielders and outfielders in the game. So he's just a complete player. No way around it. So unfortunately, we had to create him, but that's not really a focus right now. Our focus right now is opening day. Our ace, Hunter Green, taking on the Cardinals now. Braxton Garrett has been very good in real life this year for the Marlins. Does the game know about that? Well, he's the ace of the Cardinals, apparently. He's their frontline starter. And we're going to go ahead and play the full game here. Opening day, Reds, Cardinals. We are on the road, even though I think the Reds have every opening day with the exception of the season late start and the schedule got changed. But I think the Reds are at home every opening day. So this is wrong. That's all right. It is what it is. Braxton Garrett's actually only a 75 overall. This will be our team against the lefty. You guys have seen it. Hopefully you're ready for it. Jonathan Daza's hitting second for the Cardinals. Of course, behind Tommy Edman, they have Nolan Arenado, Nolan Gorman. Josh Bell is a Cardinal now. So Wilson Contreras, Lars Nootbaar. You know, it's a shame that we don't have a lefty going today, as they'll do a zoom in right on, I believe, Lars Nootbaar. Spencer Steer, as usual, is nightmare fuel. Looks like a fish, but thankfully that's not what he actually looks like in real life. He looks like he might need a special, like, what is the opposite of an oxygen mask? To breathe like a real human. He might have gills on the side of his body, whatever. Yeah, that was just the scan or the creation that MLB The Show did, Sony San Diego Studios. To their credit, I don't actually think they could have done a worse job. Very impressive how bad it is. These are interesting projections. If Elly De La Cruz is an over 4 WAR player, that's all-star caliber. So I would definitely be in favor of that if that comes to fruition. And people have asked for Strike Zone 3, so that's what I'm trying out for this episode instead of the usual zoom. A little bit easier to see the ball for me, and it's just timing, so it's not really too big of an issue as it is. But we do get to see the hitters as well, as Yandy Diaz steps into the box. We'll take 2-0 against Braxton Garrett, who has developed really nice strikeout stuff in real life with the implementation of a cutter. However, I'm not sure if that's actually in his arsenal in MLB The Show, and it is not. But it's what has made him a really, really good pitcher in real life in 2023, as Yandy takes 3-0. Red light all the way for our leadoff hitter. And I really wish we had opening day here in Cincinnati. Unfortunately, on the road in St. Louis. 3-1 to Yandy. We're swinging away as Diaz will start off the 2025 season in style. A base hit to center field. He got a fastball right down the middle. Drove it right back up the middle for a single. And this could be a high-powered offense this year. And in games where we start Hunter Green, we've got to win them. He is our ace. He shoved last year at times, a little bit shaky at times as well. We're looking for a more complete pitcher in 2025. Matt McLain a year ago had an OPS at 777, 11 home runs. Really nice season. Didn't drive in a ton of runners, but he is a top-of-the-order guy, so you don't expect him to have a ton of opportunities to do that. Still at a ground ball at third base. Nolan to second one. Back on to first. Double play. And Yandy Diaz and our nice start completely erased. Cardinals go 5-4-3. McLain, little out ahead of this one. Beat it down into the ground. Arenado, so sure-handed at third base. Although in real life in 2023, has not been good defensively. Kind of shocking because we're so used to Nolan Arenado being not only the best defensive third baseman in the league, although Matt Chapman was in that conversation for a bit, we're so used to him being maybe the best defender in all of baseball. I want to say multiple-time Platinum Glove winner, but has not been that in 2023. And the Cardinals, in general, have just been brutal. Now, in 2024, in our franchise, we played them on the final game of the year. I think we both finished at 81 and 81. As Stevenson will foul off a ball here. 2 strikes, down in the count, 1 and 2. But this Cardinals team, they're on the decline in the game. And we are certainly on the rise. So we're going to look to build upon our good-ish season last year based on where expectations were and see what we can do in 2025. I'd love to make our first playoff berth of the series. That is the goal for 2025 as Stevenson has fought back, made it a full count, 3-2. Pitch to hit, ground ball at Arenado. He'll field and fire over the first baseman. Nearly getting into the stands. And we were just talking about Nolan Arenado, struggling a bit defensively. Yikes, what is that from Nolan? He had time and just airmailed Josh Bell, who's a big guy. Tough to do that. Wasn't even close. Now, Hunter Renfroe feasts on lefties. This is where we'd want to do some damage, and he may have. Hits it deep to center. Center fielder ranging over. No more Tyler O'Neill for the Cardinals. He's on the Reds. But no problem for Jonathan Daza. As we'll go to the bottom half of the first inning, we'll see for the first time our ace in 2025, Hunter Green. And there is Hunter Green from a year ago. Just over a 4 ERA in about 200 innings. Struck out 196 and 196 and a third. And he's not really a huge strikeout guy. He's had some performances, right? But that's not really his game. He's shockingly more pitch to contact for a guy that throws 100 with such consistency. But he's developing into a really, really nice player for us here. As he'll face an all-star from a year ago, Tommy Edman. And he is dotting. Very pitcher-friendly umpire so far in just 2 pitches. As Edman will take a change-up low, bouncing off the dirt. And foul a fastball off. Count stays 1-2. We might show him the slider. See if we can't get a chase. There it is. And Edman takes ball 2. Let's just go to the bread and butter. We have to be about 70% fastballs with Hunter Green. It's a fly out. Not a great defense behind him. As Yandy Diaz is there for out number 1. Now, it's nice to face guys like Jonathan Daza. You know they're not going to hurt you. No disrespect. He might hit 300 with singles only. That's the type of guy Jonathan Daza is. And sometimes he's not even up near 300 either way. As that pitch is taken for ball 1. Hunter Green wondering where that pitch is. I'm wondering as well. Because that is dotted up and away. And he did not get the call. But gets the call there. Maybe Daza had a check swing. Strikeout number 1 for this 2025 season. Hunter Green puts down Daza for out number 2. Arenado beats it on the ground. De La Cruz is there, throws on to first, and he can throw it to the first baseman, no problem. Take notes, Nolan. We're headed to the second. And this is, we're going to see that pitch get called a strike a lot today. This is not going to be a game where we are patient. This is not a patient game at all. We're going to protect, we're going to swing. But this is the St. Louis return for Tyler O'Neill. He was a Cardinal for his entire career up until this point. Signed a massive contract with the Cincinnati Reds, $17.7 million per year. Only 3 years, though, so we don't have a huge commitment to him. As O'Neill swings through his slider on the outer half. 1-2. Probably a 50-50 call for the ump. We'll take the ball, though. Ooh, strike 3. What a sweeping curveball from Braxton Garrett. Just beautifully located. O'Neill couldn't even get a bat on it. Jonathan India rips one to left center. Daza ranging over. He'll make the play. 2 down. We've had a couple good swings so far. Just nothing doing at this point. We'll find it. I don't think Braxton Garrett's too difficult to read. Just haven't found it yet. 2-2 to Jock. Got a fastball to hit. Popped it up to short. And that is the third out of the inning. Just can't seem to figure out Braxton Garrett at this point. Had some good swings, just not really getting the results yet. And we'll see if we can continue the no-hitter on our side. 0-2 to Nolan Gorman. Strike 3. Punches him out. That's the strike zone today, Nolan. I'm sorry, buddy. He's on my fantasy team. He has struggled mightily in recent weeks, months even, or month. And he's going to struggle here in the game. Fastball on the black. You know what? You got to protect that. Especially, you've seen the way some of these ABs have gone. You can't really afford to take that pitch. If it's a 50-50 ball on that part of the plate, it's probably going to be a strike. Ground ball back up the middle, past the diving De La Cruz. Not really much of a play on that anyway. And yes, I can't believe it. The no-hitter has been broken up here in the bottom of the second inning. Change up. I mean, we had it hang up in the zone a little bit. Not really sure what else we can do. Just a decent swing from Josh Bell. Probably want to get that down. As Wilson Contreras, who never takes pitches, has taken 3 in a row. Striking the outside part. We just got to use that. We have to use that part of the plate. Fastball away. Punched him out. Goodbye, Wilson. Wilson! Third K of the game for Hunter Green. He might be in line to make some green with a couple good seasons here. Fastball up. Popped up. Straight up. Jock Peterson not even moving. He's in slow motion. Looked like a sloth, dude. Third out of the inning, though. We'll come back up to hit. I honestly think we might be 1 or 2 innings away from a huge inning against Braxton Garrett. I feel like we've taken some good swings. And this is just the man to start us off. Hitting 8th in the order. Only hit .237 last year. Did win Rookie of the Year. 20-plus home runs. Offers a ton of speed. And could potentially move up in the order quite a bit, depending on how his season starts out. And it's going to be something we monitor across the course of this year. You know, he's hitting 4th in real life. I get it. It's weird that he's hitting 8th. But this is just kind of the way our lineup is right now. As Ellie takes 3-0. Spencer Steer behind him. Real nice contact against lefties. Would love to get Ellie on base. And it is a 4-pitch walk as Garrett wants nothing to do with the young, power-hitting, switch-hitting superstar that is Ellie De La Cruz. And Garrett does not throw especially hard. If we can predict when we're going to get a big hanging breaking ball, or looping breaking ball, we might be able to take second base fairly easily, although the problem is the CPU always knows when you're stealing. That is ball 2. You know, you question, do you even run here? Because Braxton Garrett might just walk you. No, we're going to. Got a big looping breaking ball. Ellie swipes second, no problem. No problem at all. He is so fast. Got a decent jump on this one as well. Went pretty much at first movement. Not really even close at second base. So Ellie moves himself in a scoring position here with nobody down. Spencer Steer, as I mentioned, good contact against lefties. Could have been a hit and run spot there. But we'll put that into play. Unfortunately, right back at Braxton Garrett. He made a great pitch. What else can you say about it? And, yes, I just realized I was covering the scoreboard. Luckily, my play-by-play was so great, we all knew what the situation was at every single moment. Ball 1 to Yandy Diaz. We were back up to the top of our order. We could think about swiping third here, but I like our chances of getting a hit with Yandy Diaz. And Ellie, of course, is going to pretty much score on any hit. So, as long as this isn't a dribbler in the infield, I like our chances of scoring Ellie. Although down 1 and 2 in the count, those chances get significantly worse. And we could still think about swiping third, maybe a hit and run. We don't want to be too aggressive, though. You get a base runner to second base. We are going to hit and run, though. It's a ground ball right at short. Ellie advances to third. And we have a runner on third with 2 down for Matt McClain. Can he drive in his former teammate? Well, former teammate in the minors and now current teammate at the big league level. We'll see. Matt McClain hits this one pretty well, but as a lot of these balls have, it finds Jonathan Daza. Speaking of young, hyped-up prospects, here's Jordan Walker. You know, one of the popular points of interest right now and debate is Jordan Walker better than Ellie? Not after that swing. Good Lord. Jordan Walker's really good. You know, I think some people are wondering why Jordan Walker doesn't have the same hype as Ellie De La Cruz. And the easy answer is he's just not as electric. Ellie's one of the fastest players, if not the fastest player in baseball. Statistically, he is the fastest to start. This ball's going to hit off Hunter Green. We have nobody covering first base. It's an infield hit for Jordan Walker. But he just doesn't have that same level of speed, electricity. You know, he's on a bad team right now. The Reds got red hot when Ellie got called up. He's a switch hitter with extreme power. And Jordan Walker has really good power as well. But he just hasn't been on that same level of electricity as Jordan Walker. It's one of those things you can't really explain. You can try to. But he's just not as electric. And he's a really good player. He's a great hitter. But Ellie's got like that 5-tool potential, whereas you question whether a guy like Jordan Walker has that 5-tool potential as he gets gunned down trying to swipe second. He's got the bat. He's got the power. Doesn't really field too well. Doesn't run exceptionally well. This is a home run. Nope. Oh. Fastball really well located, to be honest. A little bit out in front of that. I feel good about this AB. Good timing. Hunter Renfroe just pops it up. Garrett, man, he's just locating well enough. We really haven't been able to get to him. And this is a lineup where we had huge expectations. We had really high hopes. And I know it's just through 3 2/3. Maybe a two-out rally is looming as Tyler O'Neill comes back up against his former team. You know what? I just expected a few more hits up to this point. We've had a couple of base runners. Have yet to find that first run. It's still early. And Braxton Garrett, you know, his pitch count isn't exceptionally low. Here's number 51. That's a bad swing, 2-0. Thought we were going to get a pitch to hit at the bottom of the zone. Sinker down. Should be 3-0 right now. Unhinged swing. It's like chasing that one. And look at where a lot of these pitches are. They're not even close to the heart of the zone. Except for that one. O'Neill drives it back up the middle at Jonathan Daza. It's out number 3. 106 off the bat. Straight to the center fielder. Why do we keep doing that? How is he getting away with this? How is he getting away with it? They hit this guy in the kneecap. Take him out of the game. Jonathan Daza, man. This guy gets to everything. But I think we just keep hitting it right at him. This is going to be a tough play for Spencer Steer. Can he make it? Extends the glove. Cannot find the baseball. Still 0-2 to Daza. Ground ball. Past Hunter Green. Tough play for McClain. Sets his feet. Fires. Peterson can't get the scoop. And Daza will reach. Better throw. Probably gets Daza. It was a tough play, but you'd like to think we would have put it away there. And that's part of the problem with this team is the defense is not spectacular. We just need Hunter Green to get strikeouts. Got to pop up. Peterson coming on. Gets the out. And Gorman is somebody we have to be careful with. He's got a ton of power. And he's a guy that hunts fastballs. But gets a slider. And he gets caught looking again. He might be looking for this ump in the parking lot after the game. That one a little bit low. Again, on the black. Probably have to protect there with 2 strikes. But he doesn't. And he strikes out looking again. As we see the new Cardinal Josh Bell hitting 5th. Down in the count 0-2. Green just pumping gas. And that is another strikeout. Umpires taking over the game. Bell back to the dugout. Said he swung. Let's get some hits, man. Jonathan India. We'll see Ellie De La Cruz, Jock Peterson in this inning. Let's get a runner on base for him, Jonathan. Set the table. Here is Ellie with 2 outs in the inning. See if he can't reach base again. Ellie rips it foul. You know, he's on pace to get on base every single at-bat this season. Every single plate appearance, I should say. Takes ball 1 low. He's got pretty good power against lefties. We know he has exceptional, just raw power in real life. Because that is the same pitch called for a strike this time. Get maybe a touch higher. Ellie down to the count 1-2. Come on, Garrett. Make a mistake. Sinker down and in. Again, probably wanted to call it a strike if you're the home plate umpire. Such a close pitch. Here's the 2-2. Pitch to hit. Ellie rips it foul again. And that's what happens when you put a fastball on the inner half of the plate and on the hands, is all you can do is pull it foul. And Ellie gets a pitch to hit. Fly ball to left, 100 off the bat, but it's just a really well-located fastball in on the hands. Good swing from De La Cruz. Still can't find the results at the plate from really anybody. Braxton Garrett is shoving. Fastball, got him swinging. Was Contreras too early on that? It's 102. What are you looking for? 6th strikeout for Hunter Green. I think Contreras was out ahead of that. He was. What are you possibly looking for? 130? How are you that early on 102? I haven't really had many swings on this slider. That one hung. O'Neal, get to it! Drops in front of him for a base hit. He's got great speed. Didn't get an amazing jump. Not going to dive. Just keep it in front of him. Hunter Green's pitched so well in this game. You know, we're not really trying to put anybody in scoring position, especially with a contact threat in Nick Madrigal up, because that pitch is somehow called a ball. Maybe just attacking with fastballs. It's only 99. Hunter Green laboring a bit, only at 64 pitches. Strike 3. Umpire trying to punch Nick Madrigal in the stomach. 7 Ks now for Green. Look at this strike 3 call. That's a strike all day, by the way. Weird that he took that. Look at this. Bang! Mike Tyson uppercut. Sends Madrigal back to the bench. 2-2. And we get a chase on the slider. Hit on the ground at McLean. He goes the short way. Ellie De La Cruz retires him. Out number 3. We have 1 hit through 5 innings. We got to turn it around. 9-1-2. Start us off right, Spencer Steer. Garrett has all types of confidence. We can expect something on the outside part of the plate based on the previous AB. Got one down the middle, though. Fairly shallow to left center. Maybe got a little bit further than I thought, or farther. But it is out number 1. Fastball, a good spot, good timing, bad result. Ground ball. That one sneaks through. 2-hit game for Yandy Diaz. Okay, that's what we needed. Yandy Diaz is a table setter. Get on and get over. Matt McLean. We need something to a gap. There's ball 1. Hanger. That is headed for the left center gap. Finally, Daza can't get to it. Diaz around third. He's going to come around to score, and we are on the board, taking the lead here in the 6th. Matt McLean. RBI double. Yandy Diaz goes first to third. He got a hanger and didn't miss it. We needed somebody to make a play, and you know what? Shocking, it's the top of our lineup. Yandy Diaz, Matt McLean, getting us going with a nice little 1-out rally as we take the lead. Stevenson, drive in Matt McLean. We could think about swiping third. Pretty good speed, but that would have been the pitch to go on. Kind of just hoping for a base hit now. Hit back up the middle. Second baseman has it. 2 away. And another really good pitch from Garrett. Slider in on the black. Tried to sit back. Ended up being a little bit late. Hit it 98 miles per hour, just right at the second baseman. As it'll be all up to Hunter Renfroe. Big power. You know, if that run on third base comes around to score, you pretty much expect Hunter Renfroe to get extra bases here. Not really a big singles hitter. But we could hit one out. A few episodes ago, at the end of the last season, Renfroe got a pitch to hit, but he hits one down the line and fair. That's going to be a single, and an RBI single at that, as Matt McLean scores. But Hunter Renfroe, a few episodes ago, hit a huge home run, I think in the in the top of the 9th or top of the 10th inning. 3-run home run. This time, only needs a single. Gets by Arenado, and suddenly we have 2. as Tyler O'Neill can do some real damage to his former team. Come on, Tyler. Get on one. Garrett maybe starting to lose some of that confidence. Maybe getting a little bit deeper into this game. Struggling with the energy a bit, as that's a pitch to hit. O'Neill just misses on it. Timing just early. And just fouled back. There's ball 2. That fastball looked a lot like a cutter, to be honestly. 2-2 to O'Neill. Come on, Tyler. That's a great spot. I mean, how do you even locate that well that consistently? We'll do it again. 2-2. Fastball. Crushed. Way foul. O'Neill trying to hit it out of the stadium the wrong way. 2-2 again. Hanger. This one crushed. Way, way high in the air. And you know what? That was hit 500 feet high. Just unfortunately not 320 or 340 feet straight or whatever. I don't know. He hit it so high. If we could just straighten that out a bit, that's 2 runs. But we do end up with 2, so we'll take it. Got a lead. And you know what? We're going to keep leaning on this fastball. His best pitch. And we get ahead in counts, and we can put these batters away. What Hunter Green's been doing the entire game. I guess that's not a strike. What is the zone? I am curious. Change up. We're trying to show it a little bit as we get deeper into this game. Honestly, hitters seem to be on it pretty well. So I'm not sure it's going to be something we can throw consistently as we get deeper into this game. And I'm not really sure how many pitches Hunter Green has left in him. He's already kind of laboring a little bit, losing a bit of velocity on some of these pitches. Still 101. So maybe not a ton, but into the yellow for the stamina is what I'm looking to avoid saying, but that's the reality. Probably don't want to go to 100 pitches in this game, but we'll see what happens. But we got to put away Jonathan Daza. This is a hitter we have to attack. I know he's their 2-hitter. Usually wouldn't want to attack those guys, but it's Jonathan Daza. We got to remember that. Strike 3, that's 8 for Hunter Green here on opening day. And you know what, honestly, I think we can attack Nolan Arenado as well. I'm not sure he is the bat speed righty-righty to catch up to this fastball, especially in on the hands. He got jammed a bit, sends it down the right field line, just foul. Probably could have been extra bases for him. He tries, at least flinches at 102. Let's show it away. Slider. Panic swing from Arenado. Can't get the desired result. This could be the last batter for Green. And he fans Arenado for strikeout number 9. Green is dominating in St. Louis. The bat's finally caught up. And we might turn it over to the bullpen. We'll see if we send him out for the 7th. I'm going to tell you, we're at least going to get somebody up. As the Cardinals make a pitching change, they go to Matthew Boyd, the former Tiger. And we're going to get Lucas Sims up. Probably Alexis Diaz as well. And that could get us through 7 and 8. Turn it over to Bruzdar for the 9th, get the save. Or, ideally, we're not even in a save situation because we score so many runs. Good timing on India. Just a well-located fastball. Couldn't do much with it. In the strike zone. Good timing. Just, unfortunately, another not-so-great result. Another lefty here for the Cardinals. And they're playing Jock Peterson so deep on the infield. They know he doesn't run well. They know they don't have to be up too far. And they get the easy out. 2-0 to Ellie De La Cruz. We were going to make sure this wasn't a 3-pitch inning. As now he's thrown more pitches to Ellie De La Cruz than he has to the entire rest of the batters he's faced. 3-0. Could have been ball 4. Based on this zone today. It's been very bizarre. But a 3-1 count is a hitter's count. Let's hit. Pitch to hit. Maybe just got by Ellie a little bit at 93. Full count. 2 away in the inning. Come on, Ellie. Pitch to hit. Hits it fairly well to right field. Not well enough. Fastball, it hit right down the middle. Couldn't time it up well enough. And Hunter Green does come out for the 7th. We're at least going to start with him. See how this inning goes. You know, it's always a tough decision because you don't want to start a reliever in with a runner on base. That's tough. But Hunter Green's pitched so well, you don't necessarily want to take him out. Want to see if you can get more outs on him as Nolan Gorman strikes out looking for a third time. 10 on the day for Hunter Green. Double digits on opening day. What a start for the young right-handed flamethrower. Unreal. Can he get through Josh Bell? It's going to be a heavy dose of the fastball. We know that, and that one is hit very well. Just foul. It was 101. Bell was ready to turn on it. Show him a slider. I think he was way out ahead of that one as well. Changeup's got to be the pitch here for me. And we got him swinging. Bell way out in front of it. 11 Ks for Green. He is absolutely dealing right now. And Bell was looking for the hot stuff, the hard stuff. Didn't get it. 94 pitches for Green. Here's 95. Taken for ball one. We're pumping heat. Fastballs only. Man, Wilson is so patient in the game. It's absurd. Ground ball at Steer. Hill field. Throw onto first. That is the end of 7 as Hunter Green gave us one of the best possible starts he could have had. 4 hits, but double-digit strikeouts, no earned runs. What a performance. Let's get some insurance. Let's guarantee the win for Hunter Green. Come on. Spencer Steer, deep to left, down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is foul. Just missed a solo shot here in the 8th. That would have been some nice insurance. Didn't get it. Said he goes to right field with it. Right fielder doesn't even have to move. Out number 1. Isn't that just baseball? Just miss a home run, out on the next pitch. Now, Matt McClain gave us the lead earlier with a huge double. I think to make it 1-0 after Yandy Diaz single. Here he is fighting. Down 0-2 in the count. Got a pitch to hit. Drove it well to left. As most of our contact has this game, it finds a fielder. I think that's Jordan Walker. As we will head out for the 8th. Hunter Green's day is done. We will call on our setup man, Alexis Diaz. 6.59 ERA last year with a whip over 1.5. Just awful numbers. Hoping 2025 goes differently. The reality is, he doesn't simulate well. Does not simulate well. His walks per 9, way too low, and he allows a ton of hits, despite having the highest hits per 9 you can have. So, kind of wild. That's why I love pitching with him, though. We can get some of those numbers down. But he's so dominant when we use him. And it's more gas for the Cardinals. They couldn't handle it with Hunter Green. See how they handle it with Alexis Diaz. Well, we'll never know, because that's a hit on a slider at 88. And the nightmare continues for Alexis Diaz. It can never go easily. And that's a ball. I mean, maybe this is why he walks so many. We're not getting calls in the strike zone. Slider away. Madrigal's not really a guy who strikes out. So I'd love to get a double play. How about a 2-seamer down and in? He pops it up. No one's going to come close to it. Still 1-2. How about a 4-seamer going for the strikeout? No, he rips it to left. And finds Yandy Diaz. They're seeing Alexis Diaz pretty well. I'm a little nervous. Get the punchy. Slider. How does no one chase the slider? How about a 2-seamer? Wants nothing to do with it. We're going to change levels. Elevate, celebrate. Strike 3. Punched him out. Walker had no interest swinging the bat. No interest. Edman has not fared well against Alexis Diaz. 2 for 12. Struck out a handful of times. How are these pitches not strikes? We just got to go to the inside part of the plate. Up is not a strike. Right here is a strike consistently. It didn't get where we wanted it to, but it's popped up. Too much gas. Edman overwhelmed. De La Cruz ends the 8th. How about some insurance? It's 3, 4, 5 in the order, and some of these are great contact hitters who are hitless here on opening day. Stevenson, 0 for 3. And this Matt Boyd fastball is completely overwhelming. They're showing Stevenson's hit streak of 8 here on opening day. I guess that's carried back to last season. And it is in serious jeopardy here, as he is down 0-2 in the count. Can we fight back, or is that hit streak over? We'll take a walk. 2-0 is not a huge lead, unfortunately. It really isn't. Stuff could go terribly wrong. But this one might go terribly right. Deep to right. Over the head. In my dreams. It's caught by the right fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Hit streak is over. Every time we make contact, it finds a fielder, man. This has been a brutal game. And then it gets you chasing stuff like that. Renfroe off the plate, out number 2. Come on, Tyler. 0 for 3 in his Reds debut. We saw our Reds debut outfielder make the last out last year on a Renfroe. Or last year, but made the last out in this game. Hoping Tyler O'Neill can do a little bit better than 0 for. 0 for 3. Find grass. Touch grass, Tyler. Draw a walk. That'd be cool. That'd be all right. Looking at the NL playoff predictions, they expect the Braves to win 96, Brewers to win 90. And yeah, I was looking down. Actually called that a check swing and a ball, I think. 2-2. Pitch to hit. It's going to be a line drive right at Walker. Story of this game for us. For the first time this year, we're going to bring out our closer, Brusdar Graterol. 32 saves and 38 opportunities a season ago. ERA just above 2. You know, he's kind of a pitch-to-contact guy, which is surprising for someone that throws absolute gas like Brusdar does. But that can happen. He's a bloopy machine. Daza reaches again. This guy sucks, dude. He's so bad. And he just gets on base every time. Just late, or very late on 96. Bloops it over the head. And Brusdar struggling here to start the 9th inning. Nolan's a ground ball machine if we can get this ball down. He's a double play waiting to happen. He's not even swinging. You're getting a sinker down, so make a decision. Pops it up, foul. Gonna be sinker down. We want him to make contact. Beat it into the ground. It's past a diving Matt McLean. 2 on here with nobody out in the 9th. What is happening? Nolan Gorman 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He's not someone who swings. We gotta get him to make contact. But they're on the sinker. They're not hitting it well, but they are hitting it. Ground ball to De La Cruz. On to second one. McLean on to first. Double play. Absolutely massive as Gorman's nightmare day continues. We got what we wanted. We contact at a defender. Easy double play. Gorman's had a tough game. You're now 1 out away. Challenge Josh Bell. That is a cutter down the middle. Oh my goodness. Please locate that better. Thank you. Ground ball. De La Cruz ranges over. Throws on to first. Game over. Reds win. 1-0 on opening day. Thank you. Game got a little bit crazy at the end, but it is a big opening day win for the Cincinnati Reds. Not too bad. Not a bad way to start our season. Hunter Green dominated, which was awesome. 11 strikeouts. Player of the game. Our offense didn't show up, but we won, so we'll take it. We'll see what Lodolo can do against Matt Liberatore. We have critical situations on if it comes to it. And we end up dropping that game 10-1. Lodolo's ERA is sitting right around 19. It's never a good sign. And we only scored 1 run. We are struggling offensively. That's no good. Lodolo, 6 hits, 7 earned runs. 4 walks, struck out 1. Yanni Chirinos didn't do a whole lot better out of the bullpen. I mean, what did they do? Jonathan Daza homered. Gorman, Carlson. Nightmare game. Let's see if we can at least win the series on the road. Nope, we score 1 run again. Ashcraft's ERA is at 37.8. What's happening? 1 2/3. Allows 6 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, struck out 1. Home run for Josh Bell. I mean, they're just hitting, man. They are just hitting. Disaster start to this season outside of opening day. We have scored 4 runs in our first 3 games with this lineup. Not good. Gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.